Welcome to Holy Golden Doodles channel. Meet our associates, their ranking in our pack, their status as our house dogs, and most importantly, our family members. Follow us as our 8-week-old puppies grow up to hopefully become healthy moms of healthy puppies for qualified owners. Health testing, milestones, things they learn, cuteness they share, all included here. Please consider clicking like, share, or subscribe to our channel. Feel free to comment. It's in fact encouraged. But all rude, unnecessary, and non-productive comments will be and have been blocked and banned per pre-screening software. No questions asked. Hence the disclaimer and the announcement here. Please be kind, be respectful, and come right in and enjoy our Golden Doodle puppies who are growing and growing and growing and being health tested to become healthy moms or become healthy pets. I am not a veterinarian nor an expert. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Please enjoy. Hello guys, I wanted to touch on a subject that's kind of been discussed back and forth with me and other people for quite a few years. And this information, I'm just using these so I will be accurate on laws and things, because there's a whole lot of confusion about service dogs and emotional support animals out there. And so where I'm reading from right now and kind of using, not just reading verbatim, but using for a little bit of notes to go by, is from servicedogcertifications.org. Now, you got to forgive me. I've had a cold. Okay. Service dog requirements. The Americans with Disability Act defines a service animal as a dog that is trained to perform tasks for the benefit of a person with a disability. A disability can be a physical disability, but also includes disabilities in the form of mental illness that substantially limits one or more major life activities such as depression, severe anxiety, or PTSD. If you believe you would benefit from having a service dog, you may find the information below helpful. This information is not limited to seeing eye dogs as commonly believed. Training. Okay, what are service dog requirements? Training a dog to become a service animal is available to individuals that have a disability. If you are interested in having a service dog, here are the requirements to be aware of. A person is eligible for a service dog if they have a physical, emotional, or mental disability. A service dog must be well-mannered at all times. You can't have, like Roxy, when I take her to the nursing home, boy, when she's getting ready to go in, she's jumping around and woohoo, but thank God when I get her in there, she's mostly calm. But when she sees Uncle Don, then she goes crazy. But at least that's in the room. So, they have to be well-mannered at all times. If they're not normally like that, then training is in your future. A service dog must be trained to perform specific tasks that aid in a disability. If it is not obvious what service the dog provides, the handler must be willing to answer 2 questions about their service dog. Optionally, it can help for service dogs to be clearly identified with accessories. Okay, service dog requirements. And then, how does my dog become a service dog? We have identified 5 simple steps to help you understand how your dog can become a service dog. Identify and understanding what type of dog you have. Find a trainer you trust or train your dog yourself. Train your service dog. Pass a public access test. Consider service dog certification and registration. Okay, any dog breed can be suitable for service work. From golden retrievers, Labrador retrievers, German shepherds, bully breeds, poodles, huskies, etc. All types of dogs are eligible to become service dogs, each potentially adept at providing a different type of service. It is important to note that under American with Disabilities Act rules, an establishment cannot discriminate against a service dog solely because it is a certain breed or size. The breed of a dog may inform you about some characteristics of the dog and common breed related instincts so you can watch out for them. But each potential service dog should be assessed for their unique behavioral patterns, strengths, and weaknesses to see if that particular service dog would be appropriate to assist you. You should also be aware of your dog's condition to ensure that the age and health of your dog are suitable for that job. It's important to understand your dog's condition to prevent adding strain to a service animal's health, and also to ensure the dog is up to the task it will be trained for. It's also important to test your dog's personality type to see if he or she has a good temperament for service work. Dogs who are aggressive or easily scared may not work as service dogs until their public temperament improves. Now, I will say, the main thing you should do from the time they're a puppy is socialize your pet. Take them out. Now, see, we're challenged in that area with Bougie and Paris because they throw up. I take them just uptown to the bank with me or the post office or the vet's office 5 minutes away, and Bougie will throw up without nausea medicine. Now, the groomer's about an hour away, and they'll drool. Paris is kind of growing out of it. But Bougie will drool, horribly. Then she gets sick. So, find a trainer you trust or train your dog yourself. Many people aren't aware that service animals' tasks can be trained in the comfort of their own home. In the United States, there are no required ADA certifications for service animal training. The community is self-regulated, and certain organizations promote minimum standards for training. If you find that you'd rather train your dog yourself, you're not only welcome to, but it can help increase the bond between you and your dog. This information comes from servicedogcertifications.org. Again. Okay, so you can train your own service dog. These dogs can remind you to take your medicine. They can sometimes tell if there's a seizure coming on. They can just be emotional support, which what mine have really been all of my life. So they need to pass a public access test. In addition to training your dog to perform tasks that assist with your disability, it's important for a service dog to be able to comport itself appropriately in public by passing a public access test. Various organizations set standards for when a service dog is ready to accompany their handler in public. Below is a quick list of a few important criteria for your service dog to pass. They should show no aggressive behavior towards people and other animals, cease sniffing behaviors unless released to do so, no solicitations for food or affection while they're working, no overexcitement and hyperactivity in public, which Roxy is horrible about that when she sees the nursing home, able to tolerate novel sights and sounds in various public settings, no unruly behavior or excessive barking, no relieving themselves in public without being given a specific command. Once your dog is properly trained, your next step is to decide how you prefer to identify your service dog. Service dog certifications and registration. In the United States, service dog certifications and service dog identifications are not a requirement. Staff at a public establishment cannot require documentation such as proof that the animal has been certified, trained, or licensed as a service dog as a condition for entry. Certifications, IDs, and registrations do not convey any rights under the ADA, and government organizations do not recognize them as proof that the dog is a service animal. Unfortunately, staff at many public establishments will still insist on IDs or other tangible proof of a service dog status. For convenience, privacy, and to set proper boundaries with strangers, some service dog owners find it helpful to own documents and accessories that can help signal that their dog is a trained service dog. This will help prevent situations where you are met with hostility or confusion when traveling with your service dog. Electing to carry a custom service ID card and service dog vest may be helpful tools for you when you encounter people ignorant of service dog rights. Under the Americans with Disabilities Act rules, staff at venues may only ask 2 questions if it is not apparent what the service dog is trained to do. Number 1, is the dog a service animal required because of a disability? And 2, what work or task has the dog been trained to perform? After you verbally confirm that your dog is a trained service dog, reasonable accommodations must be legally made for service dogs. Service dogs provide help for those facing a physical or mental disability, so they are granted access into public places such as hotels, restaurants, and malls. It's important to understand these rules so you know what rights you have as the owner of a service dog and when third parties are violating your rights. To register your service dog for your own convenience, you may click on the link below. Now, I will say, one time I was in Lowe's or somewhere like that with Pet Dad, and there was a couple in there that had a little bitty Shih Tzu or something like that. And I know it wasn't because you can take dogs in Lowe's. It was some store where you can't really take dogs. And this guy was a registered nurse at an orthopedic clinic. And he told me, I said, well, I would love to have brought Roxy in here, but I didn't know, and we don't leave her in the car. I said, I didn't know. And I said, she's really just an emotional support dog that goes to see my uncle in a nursing home, but she's really and truly not certified. And he said, well, just come by and I'll run her through the steps and I'll certify her for emotional support. And so I like that, even though I never did do it, because I think if you have a dog that knows that can behave in public and that you do use for that, and you don't want to leave it in a hot car or leave it to be stolen, then that's good to have, not to abuse. Now, we took Roxy out west one time when she was 4 months old, and I mean, we went all over the West. And the only time anybody ever questioned us was at a Walmart in maybe Arizona or Texas, because people were abusing the privilege and bringing pit bulls that were vicious in the store, and they were attacking other people's dogs and things like that. So this information that I'm getting, again, is from servicedogcertifications.org. If I was to recommend anything, I would recommend that you look into getting your dog trained to, to be calm in the store and to be whatever, if it's not already, like this article said, and do your research. Get online, look up everything you can find. I've got a whole stack of cards that says that, what the law says about the Americans with Disabilities Act. And there are people who disagree with me. I've had one recently to disagree with me. But I'm telling you, if I were to get thrown out of a store or somewhere just because somebody wanted to insist on me leaving the store, then I would file a lawsuit, because there are laws to protect disabled people. I was recently in a restaurant with my husband and my brother and sister-in-law, and there was a lady that came in with a really long-haired, looked like collie or something like that, some kind of herd dog. That was her emotional support dog, and they just seated her way away from the people so the hair wouldn't bother anybody, and everything was good. So anyway, I'll probably touch more on this subject. I don't want to get this video too awful long, but I know there's a lot of questions about service animals. So I highly recommend you go to servicedogcertifications.org or another website that you might find out of a search, and really read up on what you can do and what your rights are as far as your service dog or your emotional support animal. I don't know if a lot of you have heard of Marcus Luttrell. Marcus Luttrell is an American hero. He was the one that the movie was made about. What was that? SEAL Team 6. Now, he should have died in that deal, but he lived. You know, the Lord wasn't ready to take him home. But I tell you, some teenagers, I think it was, murdered his dog. Just came up in his yard and murdered his emotional support dog. And you can look that up on YouTube, I believe, still, what he did to him. But they just came up in the yard and just went after the dog because there was a dog there. That was a highly trained, expensive dog for one of our American veterans. And the disrespect for that dog is unbelievable. I don't think the guys even got much trouble for it because it was a dog. Anyway, I could get on that subject forever, but just look up stuff about service dogs. I'm going to be really touching on that because I feel like there's a lot of people, including myself, that don't know a whole lot about it. We need to find out what the current laws are because laws change all the time. So that's all I've got to say today about the service animal industry. I hope you're able to get a good golden doodle puppy to train up for that because they're really good for that, for emotional support or for service animals, but any dog is. So that's all I have for you today. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.